Tom, Analogue Solutions, how are you?
Hi, yeah, very well, thank you.
Yeah, good. We've a true stereo synth that's dry, it's not stereo effects.
Yeah.
I thought you had more than one running just then for a second.
No, yeah.
And it's the impulse command. Can you talk us through it?
Yeah, so what I wanted to do is make a machine that's fun to make creative, like percussive loops, and also to sound like there was more than one synth playing at the same time.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So to achieve that, the oscillators can be controlled via velocity or the envelope, so you can get the sub coming in on certain steps,
Okay.
or VCO2 will come in at different points. There's also an internal patching system where certain circuits are switched in and out on different beats. So you might get oscillator sync on one beat, pitch sweep on another. And again, that adds to this illusion that there may be 4 or 5 synths playing.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Yeah.
So are the two oscillators, are they totally independent, kind of hard left and right, or where does the kind of stereo element come in?
The kind of the audio going into the filters is essentially mono. So you've got like your usual oscillator block, or dual oscillator, noise, and audio in, stuff like that. And then that's routed to both filters. Although I call it left and right filters, there's no reason why they have to be panned left and right.
No, of course.
But obviously, well, for more extreme, you would do. So then you've got your two filters with independent modulation and cutoff, going obviously to two VCAs and onto the output. It does have some, excuse me, stereo effects in there, but only essential ones like reverb and delay.
Yeah.
And a few of the effects presets are actually wired to the sequencer as well. So the sequencer will do input level to the effects. So,
okay.
Yeah. So you'll get, on the downbeat you can program it so only the downbeat is going through the reverb, so you get that kind of splash of sound.
Yeah. It sounds like there's a ton of layers going on.
Yeah.
Maybe just have a play around, play the sequencer, the filter.
Right. Okay, so it actually has 2 sequencers. So on the bottom we've got what kind of looks like a traditional step sequencer. And that's mostly for modulation, although you could repatch it to pitch as well. So you can actually change the order, so forwards, backwards, and also kind of combinations in between. And just by turning this reorder knob, you can get different melodies popping out, which you can then transpose. And then there's also a note sequencer, which is looping 16 MIDI notes.
Okay.
So I can turn that off. So you just hear the modulation sequencer going. You've got the two stereo filters. Then they both have their own modulation, so you can have wildly different sounds left and right.
Very dynamic, rich sound out of that.
Yeah, and so it's like a tweaker's machine. So you wouldn't necessarily just leave it looping. It's like for hands-on, almost
playable, very performance orientated.
Yeah. Now, the patch system I've got on here. There's a few circuits inside which can be rewired using the sequencer. I'll try and show you. So you can hear on some of the beats, like pitch sweep. Some oscillator sync there on certain beats.
It sounds like 3 or 4 layers going on quite easily.
That's right. So it will do your traditional basses, leads, and all the usual sounds you kind of expect a synth to do. But it's always the crazy stuff which people want to hear. You know, it can sound like, you know, quite a sophisticated modular.
I think people are well aware of that kind of just rich quality analog sound that Analogue Solutions is known for, and it's nice to know that that's in there if you want to back some of this off.
Yeah.
But then all the tweaking, the stereo, the multi-layer kind of effects are in there.
Yeah, just like all my other products, aside from the digital post effects, the modulation and all the voice circuitries, you know, all discrete, the usual stuff. And as is my tradition, with no memory recall.
No, it's analog.
Yeah, I just like the fact that each time you use this, you're doing something different, and it's 100% your own creation.
Yeah, I mean, for me, these machines, you can send repeatable, you know, repetitive or recallable MIDI in, but I like that the tonal experience and the sonic experience is always unique.
Yeah, absolutely. And you just kind of leave it running and tweak, maybe record what you're doing.
Hit record before you get going.
Yeah, always record, and then see what comes out. But it's just, you know, it's a lot of fun, but it's got good sound to back it up.
Of course, yeah. And these are out now. What kind of price are you looking at?
Yeah, they're out now. The first batch sold out. The second batch is coming in a few weeks. Price is roughly €1,200, give or take a bit. You know, the dealers are taking pre-orders for the next batch, and it's been very, very good reception.
It's impressive, and I'm sure people, certainly in headphones, but even in speakers, we can hear the range.
Yeah, absolutely. If you get yourself in a good listening environment or good headphones, and then you can hear what's going left and right. You know, it's not auto panning or anything. It's actual different filter sweeps going on. So it gives you.
Well, great. Thank you very much. Sounds fantastic.
Thank you.